Hey everyone, welcome back to East Vineland Farming Simulator 22. And I am doing some bale collecting. So I finished baling up our smaller yard with a bunch of grass bales. And we have quite a bit more... oh man, brakes. Ooh, it's got some weight on this thing, don't we? We have quite a bit more baling to do. I don't know. I don't think I have that lined up very good. I don't know if I can fit two. We'll try and do this a little bit better. There we go. And we are going to make every effort to get these bales taken care of. I think we're going to do some more. I think we're going to do silage. Some wrapping on our other deal. Other yard there. Field yard. I'm kind of doing what I call the half cheat method. It works pretty well using the universal auto load mod with the add-on that Loki made. He added his universal auto load mod onto a bunch of modded trailers, and that's a DPW 180. I think it's part of the DPW 180 pack, if I have that right. And it's nice because you can still do kind of like normal yard work like this, and the hard part, which I find to be stacking, is done for me. So yeah, I don't mind that. I always found the stacking to be the more, to be the difficult part of it, and honestly, not my favorite thing in the world to do. So, but I don't mind doing this. I don't mind running out and grabbing bales. It kind of makes me feel like I'm being a little bit more legit than if I were to just kind of do the magic hop kind of thing, if that makes sense. And I know there's space for one more. This is the only thing I've found. So if I do this, actually we don't even have to get in the tractor, but if I unload them, right, and if I reload them, I will now be able to get this last one on there. I'm pretty sure. Yep. But I think this only takes 8 of this size, I think. Let's go grab one more. Let's go grab that one over here. I don't think we can put any more on there. But we don't have very far to go. Boy, that was a very bad effort, to say the least, right? But I'll stab it anyways. I don't think we have we don't have very far to go. We're just going to our bale barn right there. Let's see if it will take this or not. Nope, not gonna take it. All right. Well, we have an alternative to that. We can. I wonder if I can nab this thing. Oh, wow. I guess I got enough of it. And we can bring it on over here. Ooh. Ooh, that's... yeah, that's a hill. Now if I can get them off of the spikes. Man, I'm probably going to have to work on getting that leveled out a little bit. I didn't realize that was such a steep incline. Interesting. We may have to go the other way around with that thing. So I hope everyone's having a really good week. Thursday is when you'd be watching this video. I'm recording this one a little early. It is Tuesday night. I just got done recording Wednesday's episode of Buchern, and I'm recording in advance because I don't think I'm going to have a chance to record tomorrow night, so I want to try and stay ahead of the game here. I'm a little nervous about going down that incline again. I wonder if it's a little smoother. Let's try this over here. Let's try it this way. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh man, maybe not. Wow, yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm glad the Kubota's got a little bit of guts to it. Sorry if I'm making you a little sick on the spin around there. They're gonna yank it off my forks. Sounds like it wants to. There we go. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do some smoothing. Some relocating or smoothing or something. I should have probably known because this is a little bit of a hill here. But this is gonna give us a pretty decent amount of grass and right off the bat, so that if we end up going with getting some animals started, or even if we need to sell some stuff just to make some cash, that won't hurt either. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's try and level these out a little bit. So if I pick you up, bring you over, pick you up. There, I like that a little bit better. So a little patch came out. I talked about it a little bit on Buchern. I think it's a little bit of some kind of a shader or graphics patch, 1.7.0.1. So if you're on PC, you're going to want to make sure to grab that. You'll probably have it automatically installed. I think Steam, at least if you're on Steam, I pretty much always, pretty much automatically just installs it for me, which is kind of nice. Well, I think I'm sticking on that. There we go. Just out of curiosity, okay, so we've got 66,206 liters of grass, and just grass in here so far. It adds up quick, doesn't it? I don't even know if that can be 66,000. I don't think I started with any grass in the game. What's our liter count? Let's see here. What is this bale actually at? I think I made the biggest bales, I think. Okay, so 11,000 liters. Yeah, that makes sense then. It adds up quick, doesn't it? Got 11,000 liters per bale. So yeah, it's gonna add up. It's gonna add up quite fast. I gotcha. I got you, little buddy. Maybe not so little. So I've been doing a little looking around at some maps that have come out. Today, Tuesday, like I said, I'm recording. 3 maps came out today, and one that I kind of am digging is that Griffin, Indiana. I did not play a whole lot of 19. I played 17. I played 13, 15, and 17. Quite a lot. But I did not play much of 19. And I guess Griffin, Indiana came out originally for 19, and they've updated it quite a bit for 22. So it's kind of a new map for me, and I'm kind of interested in that one. I don't think I'm going to hang on and keep playing Buchern much more longer. I think this might actually be... I just don't know if I'm going to finish. I know I'll finish this week. I might go another week on Buchern. I just kind of am feeling the need to get into maybe a bigger map. This one is a little bit bigger map, but I'm also using all the Kubota equipment, which is kind of smaller equipment. And I'm kind of tempted to switch out and maybe try going with a map where we can use either larger equipment. What I'm really kind of interested in, truth be told, is doing that potato. I've wanted to do that potato mod. The one that does the seed potatoes and the premium potatoes. Oh, that's not very safe, is it? Oh, well. We'll be careful. But yeah, just don't come running around that barn door and spike yourself. That would not be fun. I've wanted to do that potato mod. And it's got a really nice production facility. You create your own potatoes. I've been wanting to do that since it came out, and it's been out a while. And then it came out with a nice update, and that really made me even more interested in it. And I need to do it on a map that that can accommodate, you know, that can accommodate large buildings and that kind of thing. So Buchern is definitely not that map. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I like this Kubota series. I'll be honest with you. I just love the orange. I love the Kubota brand, and I love the colors, and I love the sound of these tractors. Just listen to that. Just that, you know, it just has a different sound to it. Yeah, they're small and less horsepower, but they look sharp as all get out. It's hard to deny that. That's for sure. Let's go check our totals then here on our. So grass, we're at 15,000. Okay, and we should have some straw. Yeah. Okay, good. So 66,000 liters of straw. Yeah, I'm reading that right? 15,400. No, I'm sorry, 154,481 liters of grass. We don't have any silage or anything yet. This does not make silage. You can put silage in it, but it does not make it. So we'll have to make our own silage. Speaking of, we have this whole field right there to bale up, and we're going to do that here shortly. But let's move over to, actually, that was kind of a waste. Let's look at these fields over here. So both of these fields are plowed. Yep, they're both plowed and ready to go. I do think they both need lime. I'm almost confident on that because let's take a peek here. So yeah, our pH is actually, our pH isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Nitrogen is our fertilizer, if I always get these wrong, but yes, that is correct. So definitely going to need nitrogen. Our pH isn't horrible. I'm actually kind of surprised, but we'll spread some lime on these things. Actually, let's go ahead and get some lime spreading done now, and we can use the little guy, the little M6 here, to do that. And I think I've got a spreader somewhere. I've got a sprayer, and our spreader's over there. So let's grab our spreader. Let's get some lime, and let's lime it up. Oh, and as a side note, I don't even want to say this because I'll probably jinx myself, but I've been playing around quite a bit, and doing some research and just messing around with settings and stuff, and I think I have brought my, I want to call it, let me turn this off for a sec. So I want to call it kind of a micro stutter issue, because it's not a bad stutter. It's more of a micro stutter where it's just those little, you're driving down the road and you just get this stutter, a quick stutter, and it's just enough to, kind of bug you, kind of thing, But and it's always been inside the cab. 99% of the time, it's inside cab. So I started looking around, doing some research, doing some reading. There's other people that are reporting micro stutters. They've reported micro stutters even on 19 and stuff. And what I came up with finally was head tracking. So I've got TrackIr. And TrackIR, if you're not familiar with it, is one of those deals where it's like this little camera device that sits on top of your monitor, and then you wear this piece on either on a hat or on your headphones, and it's head tracking. It's wonderful. It's invaluable for games like Flight Simulation and American and Euro Truck Simulator. I can't imagine not having it. Now that I've used it with those games, I just would hate to go back to not having it. And anyways, that being said, there's been a lot of reports of that causing that micro stutter. I'm like, okay, seems reasonable enough, because TrackIR only works inside the cab. You don't have TrackIR, you only have it when you're in cab, not out cab. And that's where most of my stuttering, or my micro stuttering, was happening, was inside the cab. Now, I had that disabled in settings already. I had already disabled it in my settings because I wasn't using it. So I thought, well, then it can't be that, right? Because it's disabled. But I went into, I don't know if you're familiar with, but there's a games dot, oh, I need to move over a little bit. I hate when I miss stuff like that. I think it's games.xml in your game folder, where your mods folder is. And I looked at that XML file, and both head tracking and eye tracking both had true enabled on them, which I thought was kind of weird because I have it disabled in my settings, so I don't know why they would say true. So I switched those to false, and ever since I've done that, I've noticed that I'm not getting near the little stutters that I used to get. Very occasionally I will get one, but I attribute it, just to gameplay, or building up shader cache, or whatever you want to do. Because I know the more you play on a map, the more your shader cache gets built up. And in fact, that's the first thing I always do when I start a new map, is I drive around, I fly around, and I get that shader cache built up. I think it's kind of unique for Farm Sim, from what I've seen. Like, I've played, now I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, I don't play exhaustively, I don't play every game that comes out, kind of thing, all triple titles and all that stuff, but I do play. Oh, I see. So we didn't miss that. That was actually not needed? Just out of curiosity, let's take a peek at that spot. I'm not crazy about that, but I am curious, though. Yeah, okay. Good enough. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I don't experience stuttering like that in other games. And my kids don't experience it when they're using my computer for games, and they play, you know, different games than I do, but I just find that it's a little bit more unique to Farm Sim. I don't know what you all have found, if that's true or not. I don't know any other game that I have to go into, drive around, or play around with it to build up shader cache so that the game plays smoothly. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't really get it, to be honest with you, but I'm used to it now. I do it. I don't know how much lime we're going to need. I might as well probably have filled it up, but we'll need it eventually. We can always put it back if we don't use it. Let's cover that up. And let's turn you on. What are you spreading for? Oh, you're spreading because you want to spread. Well, where are you putting? Oh, you took care of the neighbor's corn. See, there's a stutter right there. And I expect that once in a while, just the game. I got that. I've gotten those kind of little stutters, I think, since day one I started playing on the PC. But micro stutters have cut down quite a bit, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because they're just enough to kind of be annoying. Alright, we limed it up, which is good, because the next thing we're going to want to do is cultivate, because I don't think our seeder is a direct drill. I think you have to cultivate. I think you have to cultivate. Let's check this out here. We can dump you off. And we don't need to lime our grass, because this is, I think, considered meadow grass, and you don't have to worry about liming and fertilizing that, I don't believe. What seeder do we have here? So we've got, let's just check this out real quick. Where's our seeders? Seeder, used to, wheel weights can be used. Yeah, it's not a direct drill. They are used to types of, yep. So we definitely have to cultivate, which is what this little guy here, I believe, is for. How many horsepower does our cultivator require? I'm curious. Actually, disc harrow, I guess. 100 horsepower, huh? We've got a power harrow, too. That takes 130. Interesting. A cultivator prepares. A cultivator prepares. So we could probably actually... Why don't we just get both going? They're both 3 meters, I think, right? Yeah, they're both 3 meters. Cultivator takes 80 horse. I think I think our little M6 here can do that, right? What's our M6 capable of doing? M6. Oh shoot. Oh yeah. I guess I didn't realize it was 141 horsepower. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll take our little M6 over here. I think we're going to hire out for our cultivation. So that we can do the fun stuff, which, in my opinion, is the bale wrapping. I think that's a little more fun than the cultivating. Let's test and see if a hired helper will work on these fields. Last time I couldn't get a hired worker to help, or a hired worker hired with that plow I had, and now I'm curious if I can hire somebody to do this, or if we're going to have to use Courseplay. Oh, so yeah, it must have been that. Whoa, where you going, Chief? All right, I'll clean it up for you. Don't worry. I got you. I got your back. Which one do we want? This is kind of hefty for this, but you know what? We can do that. We could use this for our baler, but it seems a bit excessive, right? Actually, yeah, it seems a little bit excessive for our baler. Let's just use it for our power harrow. Plenty of horsepower for this. So, have you all had a chance to use any of the Vermeer stuff? Did you buy the DLC? Do you have the season pass? What are you thinking about the Vermeer? About the Vermeer stuff? I'm a fan. I love it. I think it's great. I like, you know, but I'm in the U.S., so you know, American-made stuff. It's kind of cool to see more of that in the game. I'm a big fan though of just of that self-propelled baler, of course. I like this power harrow. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. You hear that? If you listen to the... Boy, he sped up big time at the end. Whoa, what happened there? That's weird. That's kind of funky, right? What is going on with our hired helpers on these fields? I am not having a lot of luck, am I? The last time I saw stuff like this happen, where they stop like that in the middle of the field like that, doesn't look like there's much of a divot or anything there. He completely skipped this. Man, it's just going crazy. Sorry, didn't know you were a girl. Yeah, something weird is... Okay, something really weird is happening. Something very odd is happening. Our hired helpers are being strange, to say the least. So let's do this. Let's tab over to our other one. Boy, that took a while. Yeah, see, this one's not even... I don't even think this one's going to do that great of a job. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to pull out the old course play. Might as well just do it. So create a job. And we can go over to CP Fieldwork. That is the correct field. Yes, it is. Okay. And we can open that. And we can do headlands. They really don't have any blocking, but we'll do 3. And we will start on center. We'll do sharp corners. Why not? Yeah, why not? And we can have them start at the first waypoint. Go do your thing. And same here, we need our create a job and CP Fieldwork. Let's open that up. We'll do number of headlands. We'll do 3 again. And we'll have them start on center and sharp and create the course. That looks pretty good, as long as they don't bump into each other. And first waypoint, and I'm going to send you off. Please don't disappoint me. And that means we can dump our trailer. And we're going to use our, what is this, our M7? Yep, we're going to use our M7 to do some baling. I like grass work. Grass work is okay in my book. It's kind of got Yeah, and I like that rear defogger too. Rear defrogger. Sorry about that cough. Alright, let's see what we got for this baler. I think we're stuck at 125 on this baler if I'm not remembering incorrectly. It's so interesting that they left it at 125, but okay. Let's unfold it. And let's do some lower the pickup. Fire it up. Get rid of that. Oh, that's right. They added that bale counter, didn't they? Down at the bottom. That's because of the Vermeer pack, I think, isn't it? That that bale counter? So if we scooch over to our Vermeer 3. I'm trying to think, when did we use... We used it for our straw. Did we only get 3 straw bales? I thought we got more than 3 straw bales. That's interesting. Well, let's keep an eye on this one and see how it does. Because now I'm curious to see how that counter works. These look like pretty decent windrows, don't they? Or is it just the size of the tractor that makes them look a little bit large? Whoa, what's going on there? Interesting. Now, since these are 125s, we are going to end up excuse me, with quite a few bales. And I thought I turned on auto drop. Oh, see, I like that. That's fancy. I like fancy. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, I missed some right there. That's all right. We'll get her. So what's our max speed for baling? 6? Yeah, a little slow. Not as nice as our... Oh man, we are going to have a lot of bales. This 125 business is going to keep us busy. But at least we can keep going while it's wrapping. So that'll be nice. I think if I had to do a lot of baling though, I don't think this baler would be the one that lasts for me. I think I'd have to get one that can do 150s and 180s. I think we talked about this, but I'm wondering if they left it at 125, if the modder did that for horsepower reasons. Or is this just a rebranded one base game and they just do 125s? Maybe that's what it is. I guess it's just been a while since I've baled with 125s. You know, I don't usually use smaller bales like that. I think I usually do 150s if I'm doing round bales because I think my formula for TMR works out with 150s because I think I do 2 silage, 2 hay, and 1 straw with 150s, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, that seems to work pretty well. I don't think this thing has a pre-chamber, so I think without the I've got the round bale extension mod on here, so it does the auto stop for me. I'm assuming if I didn't have that active, that you'd still have to stop, right? Because I don't think this has a pre-chamber. I remember when that Krone baler, I think it was it 17? I always get confused if it was 17 or I think it was 15. Was it B&M modding? I don't know if you played Farm Sim back then. Let me know if I'm right about that. But I think it was B&H or B&M modding, if I'm not mistaken. It sounds right. And they did that Krone baler. It was the first time that Krone big baler was in the game. And I remember how absolutely in love I was with that thing because it had a pre-chamber, so it just popped out square bales like nobody's business. Plus, they made it so that you could buy, you'd have to buy at the time, and this was pretty unique at the time. You had to buy, the, is it the wrap, the nylon cord? You had to buy cord. I think you had to buy both cord and mesh, I think. Maybe just the cording, I forget. But I do remember you had to also buy accessories for it. And I also seem to remember the side panels opened on it too. And it was just a beautiful mod and just really detailed and really well done. And it won, I'm almost certain it won the mod competition that year. If I recall correctly. You didn't have to pay for it either. I don't think you had to buy it. I think it was just a free mod that you could grab, and it was absolutely fantastic. At the time, it was, you know, it was well above the other balers in the game for sure. And yeah, it was, you know, I don't know if you prefer square or round baling. I prefer square just because they're, for me, in my opinion at least, they're just easier to, you know, to manage. Overall, they're easier to manage. They don't roll, and you can make bigger bales with them, which is kind of nice too. So, but there is something about round bales that is kind of like a traditional, like, kind of feel to it, you know, the traditional round bales that you see. So, and I remember when I was younger, we used to go by this farm. I think it was a dairy farm, I'm pretty sure it was, and every Halloween and Christmas, I think they did it on Halloween and Christmas, they would take their round bales and they would make animals. Like Halloween, they would make like spiders, something else too, like spiders or something. And then I remember in Christmas time, they'd make some funny looking snowmen, and it was just cool. Just and I think they ended up even adding to it. And like on 4th of July, I think they made an American flag one year with bales. Like they had blue, red, and red, white, and blue wrapped bales. But you couldn't see them. You could only see it like the whole thing from the air. So they had some. I think they had a aerial photography made of it. This was the days before, you know, you could easily get like a drone and stuff. And I think they had some aerial photography made of it, and it was slick. It was pretty cool. It was cool to see them do things like that, you know, and the community I know loved and looked forward to that. You know how you have those streets or those houses in your city where, like, at Halloween, or at Christmas and Halloween, they're just the people that do and go all out with the decorations. The town I lived in before the one I'm in now, there was a particular street. Actually, it was just a couple blocks, but it was this group of houses that would just go hog wild on Christmas, and just light it up, and it was just absolutely gorgeous to see to see it. And you know, with that time of year, you know, it gets dark early, right? It gets dark around, you know, as early as like 4 o'clock even, where I live. And to be able to come home from work and take a drive past those things, it just puts you in the spirit, makes you feel good. I remember one of them had one of them, and I don't know, it must have cost a fortune. I can't even imagine, but they had all kinds of animatronics in the front yard, and music. They had speakers out there, and it just, yeah. And this was kind of a smaller town, so maybe that's where you see it more often, is in small towns, you know? I don't know. I think there is a Festival of Lights area where I live now, um, where it's kind of similar, where there's a stretch of road that that does that whole thing. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see this year. You know, with COVID having done so much, and then people are now starting to, you know, people are getting out more now and doing this kind of stuff, and it'll be nice to see that come back, I think, a little bit more for sure. And see all of our Kubota bales laying all around. I like this baler. I think it's cool. I think it looks sharp, very sharp, and I really like the animations on it and stuff. I just am not paying attention where I'm driving, but just not the biggest fan of the 125, but I do like this though. That is very cool. Just spits it out and off you go. Yeah, I like this baler. I just wish it supported a little bit larger sizes. Probably going to need to check on our hired helpers. Make sure they're doing okay. So I was thinking about this the other day. What do you think is more popular? Do you think auto load is more popular, or manual loading in general? Like, not just for bales, but for pallets and anything else that you have, bags, all that fun stuff. Do you think auto load is... And I'm thinking more maybe just PC size. Now, there are auto loads out for consoles, which is really nice. But I'd be curious to hear the statistics on something like that. Like, what percentage of players do auto load instead of the manual way? Something tells me that it's probably pretty high on the auto load. Something tells me I think more people prefer the auto load way. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm going so slow. It's because the baler's almost full, and this mod slows you way down when it gets to that point. So that's kind of why we were putting around a little bit. Can we see our hired workers over there? Not really. Not really sure if they're still scooting around. It's kind of hard to see if they're with that hill. Let's take a quick peek. Okay. Yeah, you're doing pretty good, because I know you're going to do headlands last. Oh, yeah, much better. Yeah, we might have a little bit of cleanup, but I think overall, I think they will have done a nice job for us for sure. And speaking of, our bale count is 24. Alright, that sounds about right, I guess. I don't understand the 3 on the Vermeer, though. That doesn't sound right to me. I'm almost certain we did more than 3 straw bales with the Vermeer. You know what, though? Actually, that might be right, because I did 180s on those. I bet that's right. Yeah. Oh, and that's right. There were 3 bales sitting out. You know what? Yeah, I think that is right. Okay. Small field, too. I don't know why I thought we did a lot more bales with it, but yeah, I bet that is right. So this bale counter, this is my understanding now. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it's permanent to the equipment, right? So is one of them this session and the other one is a total of all? I wonder. And what's that flashing at the bottom there where the bale counter is? I saw like a flashing. I wonder if that's the refresh of the counter doing that. I'll leave that help window up there for a second. Yeah, see that little flash? Yeah, I think that's probably the counter refresh. Interesting. I haven't looked at my my bug report from Giants either. I should go check that out. I don't think it's been long enough. I'm sure it takes them a while to get around to. And I don't know do they respond to every report, or do they just I wonder if they only respond to ones that they know they fixed or what. I guess I haven't really placed any bug reports with Giants for so long. But I did for the Vermeer self-propelled just because other people are having that issue, and I thought, you know what, I should probably, because everybody says, oh, you should put a bug report in, you know, to everybody else, but who's putting bug reports in? Because if everybody's telling each other to do it, I don't know if anybody was doing it, but hey, it is what it is. Well, I think that's gonna do it for Kubota today, guys and girls. I think we've had our fun and gotten some stuff done. I'm gonna go ahead and let our hired helpers do what they need to do to finish up, and probably I'll end up finishing baling our field that we're on, and when I see you next time, it'll be Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. And or actually it might even be earlier than that. It depends on what I figure out with Buchern. I might switch and do Kubota 3 times a week. I think this I think we can get a little bit further with this map maybe too. So we'll see how it goes. But you guys all take care of yourself. Thanks so much for watching and putting up with me once again. And God bless, and I'll see you soon.